The U.S. Supreme Court struck down the limits on how much an individual can donate to a political campaign. Our chief congressional correspondent Dana Bash is on Capitol Hill with reaction to this. But first of all, explain this ruling to our viewers.
Well, right now there is a limit on how much an individual can give across the board in any campaign cycle. Right now, the limit is $123,200. That's for this election cycle. The Supreme Court ruled by our reading of this that limit is no longer. So if John Smith out there wants to give to more than that and wants to give to candidates across the country, he is able to do that because it will likely bust through that cap. That cap no longer exists. However, there is still a cap, it seems, on how much John Smith can give to a single candidate. So if John Smith wants to give to a presidential candidate, he is still limited in how much. If John Smith wants to give to a congressional candidate, there is still a limit on that. What is not limited anymore, thanks to this ruling, is the overall amount he can spend. He can spend money on congressional races all across the country, whereas before he couldn't do that.
Gotcha. Okay, so political ramification. What are people saying on the Hill about this?
We already have reaction from the top Republican on Capitol Hill, the House Speaker, John Boehner, and he is very happy about this. Republicans, for the most part, have thought that limits really stifle free speech, which is effectively what the justices who voted for this agreed with. And here's what the Speaker said about it.
What I think this means is that freedom of speech is being upheld. You all have the freedom to write what you want to write. Donors ought to have the freedom to give what they want to give.
Now, we've not heard officially from Democrats on Capitol Hill yet. I'm sure we'll hear momentarily from them. By and large, their point of view has been that there should be limits because the flood of money into campaigns is a detriment. And that is why there was a bipartisan push, but mostly on the Democratic side, to do the McCain-Feingold campaign finance law, which this Supreme Court ruling effectively strikes down at least another part of it today. But also just kind of, you asked about the political ramifications, bigger picture. You definitely have seen after the Citizens United ruling a few years ago, which allowed a flood of money, which sort of spawned these super PACs, which is unlimited money, millions and millions of dollars into outside groups. There's been a lot of frustration among candidates because they have felt that they certainly when the money is coming their way, it tends to help them, but there's also a limit in how much they can control their own message and can control their own campaign because they can't get on the airwaves sometimes with their own things that they want to say because these outside groups are coming in and blanketing the airwaves with things that sort of take them off course. This ruling might, from their perspective, add to that. Again, just puts more money into the campaign year, but it is a little bit different because there still is that limit on individual campaigns and individual candidates.
I'm just getting over that money has freedom of speech. So as they've always said, money talks, and it really does. Dana Bash, thanks so much.